Water is the simplest form of giving and the most profound. It is a privilege to introduce Meera Gandhi, a globally respected philanthropist, humanitarian, and advocate of peace and sustainability. Meera Gandhi is the founder and CEO of the Giving Back Foundation USA, a charitable organization dedicated to fostering compassion, service, and positive social impact across the world. Through her work, she has championed causes ranging from education, healthcare, and women's empowerment to environmental stewardship and global harmony. Known for her ability to bridge cultures, communities, and generations, Meera Gandhi brings together thought leaders, change makers, and institutions with a shared commitment to give back and creating a more equitable future. Her leadership is guided by a deep belief that purposeful action and conscious living can transform both individuals and societies. Access to clean water is access to dignity. Today, we are honored to have with us a woman whose life's work continues to aspire and inspire meaningful change through kindness, responsibility, and service to humanity. Very warm welcome to you, Meera, on this episode of Waterlogues.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, I understand that your family comes from Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh, in India, and then, of course, life had its own course crafted for you. So, can you tell us a little about your journey?
Well, it was never my intention to live in the USA. Mm-hmm. In fact, when I was at the United World Colleges in Canada, I couldn't wait to come back home. But then when I got married to my high school sweetheart, and he decided he wanted to go to Harvard Business School, and he wanted a career on Wall Street. You know, I was 22. I'm like, let's do it. And here I am 40 years later in Manhattan, and loving my life, loving my global life, actually.
Wow, that's incredible. You have a motto which says that we are to the universe as much as we can give back to it.
Perfect.
And each one of us, we consume, use, and sometimes misuse water. And so what are your thoughts about giving back when it comes to water?
Well, I think that water is life-giving.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us on the planet has a right to clean drinking water. I've been involved with the Water Keepers Alliance with Bobby Kennedy, who started with cleaning the Hudson River, creating reservoirs, and he long ago understood the importance of it and was championing it in the US. But I think globally, if we don't pay attention to water, to drinking water, access to water, we're heading for a problem.
Yeah, so true. So tell us a little about this foundation, the Giving Back Foundation, which is headquartered in New York.
Well, I founded this in 2010, and the idea was that my ex-husband and I, because we had the opportunity to go to Harvard and Boston University and have incredible education, it opened so many doors to us. So we decided to found the Giving Back Foundation to support education programs, educational grants, students, mentorship, and that was the genesis of the Giving Back Foundation. Of course, it's evolved because it's a family foundation, so as my interests evolve or as I see need around me, we evolve. And right now, the Giving Back Foundation, especially after COVID, is very much focused on mental wellness and peace.
Right.
And I think it's also aligned with my personal journey. I think I've always been a spiritual person. Even as a child, I was a thinker. I was considering I talk so much, I was a very quiet child. And I think aligned with my spiritual journey is yoga and meditation and peace and calm and mental wellness. And I think that's more important than ever in today's world.
How beautiful. So was there a situation where a community ever preferred to have clean water over maybe a materialistic kind of a benefit that they could have got from your project?
I mean, not directly related to the Giving Back Foundation, but I don't know a single person on the planet who is thirsty and you give them a gold bar or a glass of water.
Absolutely, yes.
They're going to choose a glass of water. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yes.
So I think all of us have to look beyond materialism, beyond capitalism, beyond consumerization, beyond controlling assets to our human needs. And I know right now in California, there's a lot of outrage about certain people buying springs. There was an outrage about Evian controlling springs and so on and so forth. So I think that I'm so glad that through Janajal, your organization, I know you and your husband are very actively championing this cause, that you've understood that this is extremely important and we have to wake up and make sure that this resource is available to everyone on the planet. And I also know that you are, because we've been reading about it, that you are not just looking at India.
Yeah.
You are very clearly looking at the world, which is very smart, because even if we look at the water that comes from the Himalayas, it comes down through China, Tibet, Pakistan, India. I mean, we're in a connected world.
Yeah,
so we
and
have to think globally.
Absolutely, and water is something that everybody needs across the globe. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's not restricted to a country. So tell me something. Usually, people try and also do good while they continue to do what they do. But you decided to totally immerse into the philanthropic activities and make it, like the center of your life. So was there a defining moment that caused this?
I think the defining moment was 2010 when we were in Hong Kong. And I've talked about it a few times, that one day I had gone down to Ocean Mall and, I was shopping and I came up in my 6 Series BMW to our villa on the Peak and I went up to our bedroom, which was on the 4th floor of this huge villa, and I looked out in Hong Kong Harbour and I just started crying. It was an incredible moment where we were at the most successful point in our lives and I just felt incredibly isolated and lonely, and I realized, success can be lonely at the top. So I was crying for a few hours, I don't even remember, and when my husband came back for dinner, I came down and said, I have to do more. At least in New York, I was involved in fundraising and helping charities, but I really want to touch the grassroots more. And so in that moment, the Giving Back Foundation was formed.
Wow. And you just recently mentioned that you've been working on a new initiative which is for mental health, wellness and yoga. Please tell us more about that.
So I'm going to come to that in 1 second,
Sure.
but to answer your question, like why I've completely immersed myself into philanthropy, and the honest answer is some of us have, by the God's grace, been successful, and our kids are raised. My kids are 38, 31, 29.
Right.
So I am in a position to focus on this, and I think that as I get older, it's very clear to me that we have to be in service of other people. We have to make sure that we are affecting at least one life for the better.
Very true.
If not, what is the point of being born as a human?
What is the purpose?
What's the purpose? So I am lucky I understood my mission now 15 years ago, and I'm in a position to do this, and so that's why I've thrown myself into it.
It's very important.
But I do want to talk about Uplift New York. So last year I've always had the idea, but last year I bit the bullet.
Right.
I know that in a city like New York, everyone is stressed, they're anxious, they're tired. And I said, why not gift one day to New Yorkers where they come free, they do yoga,
Total
they
detox.
do meditation, they listen to inspirational speakers. We had free lunch. In fact, a lot of New Yorkers saying, oh, why are we getting free lunch? I mean, we can buy a $10 wrap. And
Right.
No. Why are we getting free yoga mats? No. Not only do you have free yoga mats, you can take them with you because we want you to practice at home.
Right.
So this was my vision of the day. And I knew there was a need. And I wanted even the person who doesn't know about the Giving Back Foundation to know about the day. So we took ads in subways, bus shelters, subway platforms, and with QR codes so people could register. And it was humongously successful. We were packed to capacity. We had 5,000 people there.
Wow.
People were on the grass. One point I just was walking around, people on the grass, talking to each other, because a like-minded sort of group of people comes to this. And in today's digital age, this is extremely important, to come together as a tribe without any agenda. No one wants your money. No one wants you to buy anything. We are not selling t-shirts. We are not advertising anything. Just come, because I believe in the Bible they say, freely, freely you have received. Freely, freely you should give. So that was in my mind when I created it. Next year, of course, we are going to do more. I have a very interesting guru planned.
Okay. Wow.
Paramhansa Vishwananda, who resides in Germany. He's going to come and talk about how to reduce stress and anxiety.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people are going to continue to benefit.
I am sure.
And make friendships and hopefully take some yoga home and do it.
Yeah, it's a complete day of mental detox.
Yes.
And I think everybody needs it.
Yeah, we all need to be uplifted.
Yes.
We all need to be uplifted. We all need camaraderie.
Yeah.
We all need hope. I don't care where you are on the pillar or the ladder of life. We all need it. We need to be loved. We need to be respected. And we need to be in peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So coming back to water, why do you think water still remains the most underrated philanthropic causes?
I think it's because people don't realize it's such a basic need, and it's everywhere. I think people don't realize that it's an important cause. But I also think, remember, the USA is leading the philanthropy in the world. USA started with raising millions and millions of dollars for different causes, and they've moved the needle, whether it's cancer research, whether it's autism, whether it's mental wellness. America leads the way. And America actually is very abundant in water everywhere. It's just North America is naturally very rich with a lot of water. There are springs, there are lakes. I mean, I live now in the Hudson Valley. I have my own spring water.
Wow.
I mean, I don't get any piped water. I have my own water.
Wow.
And we water the entire estate from it. I fill my swimming pool from it. We have drinking water, and we can drink the water. So I think because of that, people sometimes forget what is happening in Africa, in India, in the deserts, in America. And I think maybe that's the reason. I'm sure if America took this on as a cause, this would be very well championed.
Yes, I hope they do. Do you have any personal connect with water, a story or an experience that you'd like to share?
Well, I mean, during COVID, I moved out of Manhattan to our country home, which is in the Hudson Valley on the Hudson River. And I have to say, I needed to do it, because the 2 months prior to that, when I was in Manhattan, it was, I was stressed. I was like, what is going to happen? And it's so funny. The minute you move towards fresh water, your thinking becomes fresh.
Yeah.
You're drinking fresh water. You're looking at things differently. And I think that was also a moment when I just decided that I actually wanted to live in the Hudson Valley. And after COVID, I literally moved to the country full time.
Was it the access to good, clean spring water that?
Yeah, I think all of the above. Looking at water, drinking that water,
it's therapeutic. Yeah,
bathing in that water, swimming in that water,
Beautiful.
hot tubbing in that water.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. How do you measure real impact in philanthropy? Like, what is it that you need to see on the ground to feel assured that whatever you aimed for has been achieved?
Well, when I speak to corporations, for example, that fund a lot of things, they are always looking at, one, proof of concept, and two, they're obviously looking at how many people benefit from it, how many lives are affected. And sometimes it's easy to measure, sometimes not. For example, with Uplift New York, it was very easy to measure because not only did we have ticket registrations, which were free, but also the Central Park summer stage people, they click every person coming through. So you have an exact count. Okay, on that day, we had at certain point 5,000 people, certain point 4,000, 3,808 the free lunch. We have actual numbers.
Right.
And I think people want to understand impact. Though for me personally, if aside from corporations, for me, I really believe that if one person's life is affected, you've done something good. It doesn't have to be thousands and thousands.
Right.
So if each of us, we're now 7 billion on the planet, or 8, I don't know. If each of us impacted one life, we would all be fine.
Yeah.
And that actually was the way it was meant to be until greed sort of came into play.
Yeah, very nice. So over the several past decades, you have traveled, worked, and lived across, diverse cultures and continents. So does the definition of giving vary in different regions and different communities?
Yes, it does vary. For example, in the USA, particularly New York, which is probably the sixth largest economy in the world, different people are more open. They are willing to throw themselves behind different causes. I found in India, people would give money to religious institutions, but wouldn't write a check to an organization. And when I've talked to people in India, for example, they say, oh yeah, but you know what, people are corrupt, that money is never going to be. There's sort of a distrust in people's minds in India. There's no confidence.
Yeah.
I think with CSR, it's changing. It is changing. But people they will give lakhs and lakhs of rupees to a temple, not even questioning where the money will be used or how it's being used.
Yeah.
So in Hong Kong, for example, the causes that people throw themselves behind in Hong Kong, because we live there, education, cancer, health. But then in terms of research, people in Hong Kong were not so interested in that. In Dubai, for example, apart from the Emirati or the rulers' causes, there are really not a lot of charitable events or charitable fundraising. In England, I think what I saw was, again, it's a lot like America, but people raise less money. But I know Lord Raj Lumba very well. Raj Lumba was raising money for the widows in India, and he did pretty well, and he did some events at House of Lords, which was well received. I worked with Sir Philip Bonn, who did work for the deaf, raising money for hearing aids for the deaf, and he did pretty well. I also had the privilege of attending a polo match where now it's still Prince William, was playing polo in Santa Barbara, and the event was sponsored by Tiffany's, and it was for the adolescent homeless in England, particularly the streets of London, and I think they raised a lot of money. So it just depends.
Yeah, it's interesting how different geographies demand different things, and how does that change you, or all these different experiences? Has that changed you as a person and evolved you as a person?
Of course, it's changed me as a person. The more I see, the more I travel, the older I become, the more meditative I become. I just understand how important every single effort is. Every single effort in any field, because it's going to affect your life in some way. And I think I become more humbled. I think I become more appreciative. As an Aquarian, I'm a natural humanitarian. I've always believed in collaboration. But I think the more I travel, I understand that humans are basically the same. Human need is basically the same. And I am collaborating more across different continents.
Yeah, talking about that, I think you're a very prominent influencer and have a tremendous social presence, both digital and physical. And if I'm not wrong, I think you recently met with the Indian Prime Minister office to discuss removing the stigma attached to mental illness from the minds of Indian people. And I'm sure you're aware of the alarming levels of air pollution in India. So don't you think that also has an impact on the mental health of people and children?
Of course. I mean, I always thought of India as a country where, because our society fabric is pretty strong, that, people are resilient. But I meet with a lot of young people, and I'm seeing more and more people are very stressed out.
Yeah.
They are commuting to work. The air is bad. There's stress to bring in extraordinary income. There's social media pressure. People are not living in joint families as much. I think when you live in a joint family, there is shared resources. You have one cook cooking for everyone. You share the cars. You share the staff. So people are incredibly stressed. And the Prime Minister's office of India is very aware of this, which is why I had this incredible meeting. And while I'm talking about it, I do want to say that it's not very well known, but they are doing a lot. They're creating cells and hubs in villages where people can go to these centers and talk. There's free counseling. The Prime Minister's office is really trying to do a lot, but obviously we need to do more.
Of course.
Because people think that they can't talk about it if they don't feel mentally well. There is a huge stigma attached to it.
Yeah.
Bollywood is talking about it more and more. Deepika Padukone, in particular, has spoken about her sister's depression, and I think that's been very useful. Because Bollywood is a huge influence on the Indian masses.
Right.
So I think strides are being made, but I think more needs to be done.
Yeah, on that note, I think since we were talking about air pollution and more needs to be done, there's an initiative called Big Water that does all of this and more, like, providing access to clean water, clean air. So would you maybe in future like to do, an initiative or a program for cleaner air or...
Well, the thing is that I asked the Family Foundation, and obviously I would love to be all things to all people. It's not possible. When I was younger, I would do that. I mean, my book Giving Back talks about 75 charities I was involved with at one point, with Bono, with Hillary Clinton's leadership program, with Asha Dan in India, with St. Michael's in Delhi. I think, however, I can use my platform to speak about this more, and maybe we can engage some multinationals to come forward and join hands to really help with an impactful change in this area, because it's extremely important.
I think that'll be amazing. So tell me, what guides you when you're choosing a cause to support? Is it your intuition or the need or maybe a long-term impact?
It's everything, of course. And the beauty of a family foundation is obviously me being the leader and the CEO. As things resonate with me, we take it on. But the 3 pillars of the Giving Back Foundation are quite clear: to help with education, mentorship. Mental wellness is now a very key initiative. I think I took on mental wellness because I lost a very dear friend of mine.
I'm so sorry.
Paddy Rains. She came from a very prominent family. They owned 20th Century Studios, which became 20th Century Fox. And in spite of that, she, she had a lot of stress and was not happy, and obviously was dealing with something. And I feel like I wish I knew it. I wish I understood it. And now I'm sort of really behind mental wellness, because I feel if we don't do it, the next generation is going to be in a big mess.
I think it's the need of the hour also.
It absolutely
somewhere.
is the need of the hour. Just like in the 70s, Jane Fonda understood, McDonald's and all the fast food was just coming in, and then people became very overweight and sick. Then physical fitness, and now physical fitness is fine, but I think mental wellness, it needs to be taken really even more seriously. I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, do you believe that giving should be quiet, or maybe amplifying the impact could inspire more action?
See, I feel that it depends on the person who's giving. Some people who are giving, they don't want the notoriety, they want to do it quietly. Some people who are giving feel like they want other people to join with them, and so if they amplify it, more people will walk the path with them. So I think it really depends on the person, the corporation, the kind of cause it is. I think that there are many factors involved.
Right.
And it's different for different people, different in different countries. I don't think there's a one
shoe fits all.
one shoe fits all kind of answer.
Yeah. You're a philanthropist who believes in sustainability. So, how would you explain water crisis to a person who has never experienced scarcity or is privileged enough to be able to buy expensive packaged water?
First of all, I think this packaged water is already very polarizing. Those who can afford it have clean drinking water in a bottle, and those who can't, well, they've got to pump it and somehow filter it. But how do we explain this to someone who hasn't experienced it? I think in today's world it's easy because we have videos, we have YouTubes, we have visuals, we have people who are speaking about it. I think if you reach the right corpus of people, it's quite easy to explain to people what is going on. I mean, you just have to look at the parched earth of the Sahara to understand, how dire it could be. And a lot of Indian villages too are struggling with it. Our rivers in India are drying up. I'm very close to Satguru. He did a whole sort of river ride to save the rivers in India, and I think he raised awareness. I mean, there are some people coming out that are very well positioned to do it, that are understanding this and that are championing this cause.
Right. And social media makes it easier.
It helps.
Yes,
Definitely helps.
Absolutely. Yes. Is there a message that you would like to give our viewers?
Well, in closing, first of all, I'd like to wish all our viewers a very happy 2026. I hope that 2026 is full of abundance, blessings. I hope that you will be calm and in peace and really joyful, because being born as a human is a very, very big privilege, and it takes billions of years to be born as a human. So that's my blessing for everyone. And in closing, I would say what I always say, which is our motto, that we are to the universe only as much as we give back to it. So think about how you can give back in any small way every single day, because service is happiness.
Before we let you go, I have a very small rapid fire round of questions for you. So, one cause that always moves you?
Mental wellness.
Sure. Empowerment or aid?
Both.
Both. Fair enough. What is it that grounds you?
Meditation.
Good. Intention or impact?
Intention. Intention is the key to success.
Absolutely. Inner peace or outer change?
Inner peace. You have to be calm within. You have to be rooted to make change outside.
Fair enough. Immediate relief or generational impact?
I think both. I think both. But I mean, if you want me to choose one, I would say immediate, because I'm a very let's get started, let's do it now. And I think wisdom of the sages has taught us that the present moment dictates the future.
Yeah.
So I
Make
think
the start.
make the start now
Yeah.
is important.
Yes, Absolutely fair enough. And a water-related question.
Yes.
How many glasses of water do you drink in a day?
Oh my goodness, let me think. On some days when I'm very conscious, I drink about 6 to 7 glasses.
That's not bad.
On other days when I'm gymming, maybe 10. It just depends. It depends.
Absolutely amazing. And before we let you go, we have another little thing that we would like to give you, just a token of appreciation. Good. And this is a big water device for you.
goodness.
It's an
Thank
air
you so much.
purifier. And while you enjoy clean water, Big Water will donate 1,000 liters of water to the underserved communities on your behalf.
Oh my goodness. Thank
So,
you. God bless you.
This is our little bit of giving back.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Meera, for joining us on Waterlogues today, and we wish you great success and fulfillment in all your endeavors.
Thank you so much. And I hope you'll come to New York, June 21st,
I will.
2026, International Yoga Day, and join us at Uplift New York.
God willing, we will be there.
Thank
We
you.
will be there. And thank you all for joining in. Stay tuned, know your water, love your water. Cheers, guys.
Thank